I think we drop this. There's no guarantee he has Heart of Terror, and he might create it off of Magic Compass. Well, okay, we'll just drop this. 32-point Golden Child. I think that's as big as you can get him on deploy. Today we're going to be playing some Wild Hunt Frost, mainly on account of Wild Hunt Frost being given some new cards in the last patch. So let's take a look at what we have here. So, first of all, we're running Tyrannelia. So, Resilience, it's got this order here, or rather deploy, not an order. Deploys boost a unit by 0, increased by the number of bronze Wild Hunt cards in your starting deck. You can either stack this really high for extra points or just not worried about it too much. We're not worried about it too much here. I like having more consistency in the bronzes rather than trying to go for a whole bunch of different ones, although it's an option. And then we have the order here. This is a really interesting effect. So deploy, wow, get these backwards for a second there. Order Devotion. This is why we want Devotion in addition to other stuff. Spawn Frost in your opponent's melee and range row equal to the amount lost on round transition. So basically, and then it plays Red Riders. So if your opponent passes, you have a bunch of Frost built up. This happens a lot round 1, like you're dominating round 1. They get a bunch of Frost builds up, the opponent passes. You can actually just bring the Frost back with this. Note it is in order, so that this can be removed via verification or heat wave or something. So that's worth noting. This card does allow you to make a completely different deck, though, if you want to, which is not what we're doing here. We're playing like a standardish mid-rangey type deck. If you want to use Tyrannelia, what you can do is just stack a whole bunch of Frost on one row. Say like round 1, you just stack like 40 Frost or whatever, some ridiculous amount. Just only spam Frosts out, and then you just play Ancient Foglets with this order, refreshing with one Vyandra. Yeah, that is a deck. I'm not a big fan of that deck, just because it's very polarizing and it's not very interactive, so not my favorite, but it's an option. Now that we got this card, the way, this is the biggest card, right? Oberon King, you also want Devotion for him to create something from your starting deck, really nice. It is another reason they're on multiple different bronzes in your starting deck, because you get options with him. So, worth noting that as well. And we have the Eridan, really good value. Nagafar, for more finding what we need. Imlis Wrath also got a buff, so now if the unit's on a... Well, it got to change. If the unit's on a row with Frost, it just destroys it. It's very useful. We have the Ardgaith for more Frost. Winter Queen comes out of our deck. She also has Devotion deck. It's a very Devotion-heavy deck, Wild Hunt. More so than almost anything in the game, actually. We got Toad Prince for removal. Gels just because it's any Wild Hunt card from our deck. Once again, because of Devotion. Creator Golden Child is our finisher. Potentially up to 21 points or so. Very, very big. Very big. We have Parent Phantom. It's good value. The 2 Foglets, really strong engine cards. Though there's a lot of tall removal, it seems like right now, because of Toussaint. So these probably get killed, but it's good having them. We got the 2 Red Riders, 2 Bruisers. We already won on Enslave Trader. I'm not sure about this guy. I feel like he's not that strong because the lock's not really reactive. The lock's more of a reset because if it has an order, they already got the ability off. But it's a very scary potential ability because because it has this part. Right? At the end of your turn, if there's an enemy on a slave trader with higher power than your own, reset power to 1 unlock self. It's just potentially really bad, but they can boost the card. That plays into tall removal. Yeah, so it's especially devastating if they're about to pass, right? Because this could potentially do a whole bunch of resetting. If you have 2 on-L slave traders, they go well because at first it just says, is there an on-L slave trader with higher power? So if you have 1 out that's like a 10, you just play another one. The other one looks at 10 having higher power. But really good, probably the best target for the Tyrannelia deploy to get him really big. But not the biggest fan, but we'll be trying him out. 2 Nagafar's crew, I like them. They give you Frost, they give you engine value. 2 on-L Conquerors, 2 on-L Aristocrats, and a Warrior. You can split these up. There's several Wild Hunt Bronzes that are 4 provisions. If you want to run them. Like you have the Hound, you've got Navigator, you've got Taskmaster. They're all good. I just felt like going with these for the setup here. Just I really like Aristocrat with the Reavers being popular. Going first with Aristocrat's really nice as you can move. So I like having an extra one of those. As far as the rest, though, they're all fine. So that is the deck. Pretty standard. There's not many changes you can really make to Wild Hunt. Like all the upper cards are pretty much the same in all the Wild Hunt decks. It's just which bronzes you want to run defines the decks, right? And that's up to you. So let's take a look at some games then.
sometime.
So we have Enslave here with 5. Interesting. Let's see. What do we want? Going second. This makes this interesting. We just don't really want engine stuff because he's gonna have so much control with the tactics. Okay, so we have to win round 1 and bleed him round 2. That's what you do against John. That's what we do against this guy. How are we gonna do it though? We could just open Aridin. That's kind of a commitment though. It's a big commitment. We can go Aristocrat plus Frost, but then the Aristocrat dies. But we could then set up the Ardgaith turn. That's good. That seems good. So we'll move this. The Aristocrat. Get that 1 point boost. It's gonna die to like assassination or something. Coded weapons. Now we just hope he's not a mill player or a clog player, because we don't like clog players. Ardgaith. Get a bunch of frost for this turn. Get the Winter Queen out. She's gonna die also. Probably Tourney Joust. It's gonna go for a lock. We don't have the Purify cards. The lock's gonna work. But now we can play a really big Ancient Foglet. I want to dodge Treason if we can. Gonna Heat Wave the Foglet. That's interesting. I guess we just play. I think we just play. We just play a Conqueror.
Yet another horn for my collection.
We just play another Conqueror next turn too. Then these will be good value. Like with so much control in this deck, our point slammy type cards should do really well. Which is kind of why I wanted to hold on to them for this round. Curious what he's going to play. He's played what? 1 tactic and a heat wave. Well, so if he's playing like the Toussaint Knight package, or if he's playing something else. You never know with Enslave, because they can run a lot of stuff outside their control. Big thing we're going to watch out for is the Stefan Skella and Hefty Helga combo. We're going to have to Aimless Wrath the Hefty Helga. Or just play at a time where it's fine. Okay, he's just going to give up the round here. Good. We got to force out that combo. If we have enough frost, we might just open Ardgaith. Although, it's not ideal. Like, this is good and all, but... that's frost, that's frost. This could replay if something takes damage. We're missing Oberon, Golden Child. Missing several good cards. I think we want to put back the Red Riders.
We shall
This
conquer
guy.
world as we have conquered countless others.
Since we're on even, we want to bleed him out. That's what the ideal strategy versus Jon Kelwade is. So that's what we'll try and do. Got several good bronzes here. We'll see what... Okay. Yeah, we want that gone. All of those we want gone. That's so much armor. So much armor. Very annoying. If we play Aridin, he's gonna die. Could play Ternalia. It's not great either, though. I mean, we might as well. It has resilience after all. Might as well play it. Maybe make him use a tall removal on this Conqueror. If not, we can spawn the Frost ranged with it. And then use a movement to get a good Foglet. It's not bad. We are missing our Golden Child, sadly. But since he has Heat Wave, he probably also has Invocation. So it seems like people like to run... Okay, it's Shupe. That makes sense. Oh, he's gonna go for Destroy an Artifact, probably. Yep. But we're not a deck reliant on that, so that's okay. We'll play Ard Gaith. And then shove this guy into the range row for a whole bunch of turns. The next turn we can play our Aridin. So we still have dominance thanks to the Conqueror. He might try and stop that. Okay, he's not going to. We do have Wrath, so it wouldn't make much sense if he did try and stop it. Probably lose our Aridin here. Then we'll go Foglet, Bruiser, and then we'll see if Gels wants to pull out our Golden Child. Because we should have a bunch of Frost set up already. That'll keep ticking until that turn. Should be our game plan. There's the Radar for the lock. Not a surprise there. Now we drop Foglet. Comes down to 10. It's pretty good. We still have 8 more damage out on the field from these Frost turns. We've got Bruisers. Can manipulate what's in what row and such. And remember, he played Yon Kalway, so every card in his hands is gold cards. Like his deck's gonna be down to like Slave Drivers and Spotters. Not that Spotters are bad, obviously. Spotters are probably better than most cards in our deck, even the gold ones. Just because they block all of our armor. All the Frost damage in this situation. Okay, yeah, he is playing the Night Package. Cannot say I'm surprised. This might be a good Emular's Wrath. Although he might have an Ivar. If he has an Ivar, he's playing it next turn. Do we care if he steals Veil? No. This is Bruiser, I guess. Although we lose out on 2 points if he does not Ivar, but I think he will. So I think we just move the Shupe. Yeah, why not? I don't think he I think he's an Ivar the 24. Or he'll Beauclair. And if he Beauclairs, this wasn't great of a choice. No, he's an Ivar. Now we use Emular's Wrath and we can destroy that. Do we want to destroy it though? I mean, we're not going to want to Emular's Wrath anything else, I don't think. So I think we'll do it here. Our Golden Child should be really big next turn. All the way up to 21, I think. But you might have a Beauclair. If he has a Beauclair, the reset's a really big problem. Of course, if he does have the Beauclair, that means we want to Caranthier this round. If we go for the Golden Child, he's at 23. You got an extra 2 in there because of Aridin. And he plays Beauclair. Then we're in really big trouble because he still has the reset round 3. Although we don't have a good reset target round 3, right? Our only boosted card is Caranthier, Golden Child. Which I think we just want to play here.
Naivety is a fool's blessing.
He's going to play Beauclair if he has it. But if he has it, this also means this guy's useless round 3. He probably also has a Vilgefortz. Those are not cards we want to see round 3. We only have a 5-point play on the Bruiser, but he has to commit his other gold cards here. And you might not be running Beauclair because of the Rada Shupe. There's a lot of provisions. We'll see. But I don't like having this without last say. And since all of his gold cards are in his hand right now, we kind of want to force him out. Okay, there's the Stefan Skellen. He's only got the 3. He's gonna have to lead her, or else we bleed his last card too. He is not going to lead her. Okay, we'll just drop this guy. He has to play his last card now. But he keeps his leader charge, which is good for him. There's the amnesty. Or not the amnesty. Yeah, the amnesty, right? Am I saying everything's the name wrong? No, it's amnesty. Okay, this is really good. He only has a 5-point C's, keep in mind. So anything that's above 5 is good. Like this is really bad for him to seize. So we do the order first. Let's see. Let's see what he wants to play. I think we go Crew, Oberon, last say Phantom. We'll see what he runs though. With Guardian Knight, that makes a lot of sense. Play the Crew. He's probably gonna seize that. I guess if we play this turn, it won't get frozen. Lose an extra point on the deploy of Conqueror. I mean, not frozen, seized. Of course, you could damage it and then seize it and then use the order. I think it's safer just to play this last. But these should be like 5 version cards. Yeah, and they're spotters, of course. None of the bronzes do well versus spotters, really. It's probably just Conqueror's the best card. Yeah, it's probably just Conqueror's the best card.
Bring me Fistek, then leave me be.
I want to play around treason still. He's going to seize our 4-point guy this turn. But his last card should still be a bronze. And he didn't pick a soldier, so that's only going to give him 1 point. Which is really good. And we have a 7-point last play. 8 point, because we get 1 on Oberon. I think we're in a pretty good spot, because this should be like a slave driver, a second spotter or something. No, it's this guy. That's fine. We'll take our GG here. That works perfectly fine. GG. Frost to mirror match. If this isn't clear by now, mirror matches are my least favorite thing this entire game. It's because, while some people say it determines who has more skill, that is true. Sees who has more skill with the deck. It also determines who drew a better starting hand. So, you know, that's also annoying. Speaking of starting hands, though, we have Golden Child. We've got 2 Red Riders. I think we do want Red Riders in this matchup, because we're taking frost damage, and the replay can be really big value, especially on these Conquerors. Movement might be nice here. Just good value, has the armor. These are better though. It's back. Ardgaith is nice. We have Ternalia for carryover. Let's do this. But he drew an aristocrat and we didn't. That is a potential problem here. Potentially a very big problem. By the way, if he's playing the Ternalia carryover Dwarven Vyandra deck, we have a 0% chance to win. We can't beat that deck without Heatwave. So that's good. We might have to just try and match it with our own. Let's do 4 turns of Frost on this. We won't be able to get as much Frost as him though, because we don't have our we don't have an aristocrat. I think we just do it again. We just try to make him think we're playing that deck. Then we hope he isn't playing it. I don't want to play Foglets this round then. Because if he's playing that deck, we have to have every Foglet to match his Foglets. Okay, he's not, because there's a Siri Nova. That's good. We can stop doing what we were doing then. We do have Ternalia though, so we could do the like carryover Foglets ourselves anyway. Let's play Artgave. He can't pass. Winter Queen gets 20 points. He has to kill Winter Queen.
Your souls will propel such.
I mean, that hurts Winter Queen. We play this now. He's gonna Wild Hunt Bruiser to kill the Winter Queen. Let's drop this. If he has Emilyr's Wrath, we put this in this Frost Roast. We uses it here. I can try and make him to overcommit all of his good cards this round. We have to put it here though to protect Winter Queen. Like he's gonna Bruiser her or something, so we have to force him to play a card. He does have Emilyr's Wrath, which is annoying. Thankfully we went second. If we went first, we wouldn't have this going on anyway. Ring of Favor, yeah. There's his Winter Queen. We're down by 26, and he has a Siri. He's down by 26. This is what? 4, 2, 2, 2. If we got another 4, which we will, this would play for 15, which goes to 27. We could use a leader for more Frost, or we could drop, I think we'll just drop one of these guys.
A fitting gift for our king.
Because now this would be a 15 on our turn. So he's going to spread us out to get more Frost value. That makes sense. Golden Child, still pretty big. Still pretty big. We'll do another Frost here.
We make certain the Nekkar forest ever sit.
Against Golden Nekkar, we want to force out the Golden Nekkar. I have Golden Nekkar short round. So we have a 17 on Golden Child. We hit 2 turns of Frost on him, which just has 21 points. He has nothing for this, so this should be good. Like Golden Child. And that will give us the round here. We get 4 turns of carryover on Ternalia. That's nice. He has his own Golden Child still, though. But his Golden Child is going to be small. What are we missing? Like, we have a really good hand. We're missing Oberon. That's kind of it. Oberon and Foglet. Praying Phantom's good too, though. Do we start with Aridin? I think we will. We'll just open Aridin. Force him to respond here. We need to play his Golden Child this round because we played ours last round. But his is really bad now because of the setup. Here goes Emilyr's Wrath, right?
Naivety is a fool's blessing.
Gotta play it. Yep, there it goes. Now we drop Phantom. He can't move it melee. Oh, I mean, he can move it with Bruiser or something. Yeah, there's Bruiser. fine. We have Ternalia. We have Gels into Oberon or Toad Prince. Or Naglfar, but Naglfar gives us the other two. So we're going to get one of those two either way. Let's go Ternalia. Give us Dominance, just in case we want it. And then we're going to Ardgaith, right? So I think we'll use a leader here to spread this guy melee. Get the frost ticking. He still has a bad golden child set up. Okay, now he's gonna get some more set up for it. We want him to play Golden Nekkar and then get Last Say so we can go Frost, Move, Destroy with Wrath on Golden Child. That's our plan here. We do have this carryover here. So ideally we'd get carryover on both rows. We could go for Toad Prince Destroy here. Or we can go with our Ardgaith. I prefer Ardgaith because Toad Prince would let him Frost, like put Frost on 2 rows for Golden Child. We got lucky and we actually didn't hit the this guy anyway. Ternalia would give us 4 Frost ranged also. There's Thunderbolt. So now we do the Gels. We play Naglfar, and Naglfar gives us Toad Prince. That's how we do it. Then we consume this.
You make a good slave.
And that's GG. So we have Reckless Flurry. It's probably going to be Sove Warriors. It seems really popular. They're annoying. Sove takes away your dominance until you start hitting with Frost. Let's see what we can do here. She comes out of our deck, so we don't want her in our hand. Let's see. He's going first. Movement are really good against Reavers. Not so much here. We would like dominance. Let's put one of these back. We're really missing gold cards here. We only have Caranther Golden Child and Imlerith's Wrath. Means he's probably going to win this round. Don't really like it when they win their round, because then they get their round 3, so Leader Junod, which is really annoying because it's like 27. Or 29, depending on what beast it is. No, 27, yeah. So that's rather annoying. I would like to play Aristocrat, but it dies to 1 leader charge or 3 damage, and there's several 3 damage cards in these decks. I guess so does Naglfar's crew. Let's just start with the crew then. Actually, it puts out Frost, and he eats the Frost damage. Right, and then this goes to 4. Yeah, this is a better chance of living, even if the Frost isn't that useful. It'll help us boost up the Aristocrat. Because he doesn't get the 1 damage ping since we forced the transform. So he needs a 4 damage out of his hand. Instead of 3. Well, there's 4. Can't say I'm surprised.
Nothing like some overseas plundering in springtime.
Really wanted the Aristocrats. Well, at least we get the Aristocrat hopefully to buff up a little bit and spread more Frosts. We'll probably need Caranther Golden Child if we're going to win this round. I don't... Sometimes you're really proactive the leader charges here. I don't want to be, just because if he's holding a Burn of Bran, there's no point in pressuring this round, and we don't know if he has it yet. He was holding it, so it's a good thing we didn't pressure. There's nothing we can do against this much tempo. Not without gold cards of our own. Like, Caranther Golden Child and Imlerith's Wrath aren't going to get us the round here. The question is, do we even want to get Winter Queen out? I don't think we do. I think we'll just play Red Riders for the refresh, because the refresh will give us a bunch of or the playing her again because I'll heal her, which is really nice. Okay, so we're going to do spawn Frost, then replay. Spawn it here. Then we'll replay her, make sure she's opposite.
So as I was saying,
+4 there, and we get the Frost. It's pretty good value. We're most likely just going to pass, though, so it's not too big a deal. Maybe with the Ancient Foglet, but it's probably going to die. We do have Dominance, right? So this is actually really good value for Wild Hunt Warrior. If we have Dominance, because we can hit this to 2 by 2, and it goes to 4. And we have Dominance, we get an extra Frost turn from the Aristocrat. It's not terrible. The only way we really win this is if we go Golden Child. I kind of want to keep going here just because we have Golden Child. A couple turns will be really big. And he has not done this yet, or killed her yet. Yeah, so we'll play Warrior. Put this down to 4. Oh, we don't have Dominance because she got injured, actually. I lied. Do we leader? Or just pass? I think we can just pass. We're down by 31 or 32. I think it's just too much. He does have all his setup done, though, so we have to watch out for the Erendite. Really would have liked some gold cards in that round. Would have been nice. We got Bruiser. Bruiser's fine. I don't need 2 Conquers. Toad Prince is good. Especially combos with the Frost damage. Probably don't want this guy anymore. He's not bad, but if he has a lot of damage, it'll be hard for us to get Dominance. Without Dominance, it's only 5 points. Toad Prince is going to be really good for another one of the Berserkers. You can consume it out of 4 so it doesn't transform. Okay. So, we're going to play Ardgaith this round because it gets the Echo effect. So we might as well play it now, get our Winter Queen. She's going to die, but it's fine. We're still missing a bunch of our gold cards, which is really unfortunate. Yeah, a lot of golds are missing. Let's see what warrior he gets here. Okay, this is what we want, a Toad Prince, so he might get the lucky ping. He did not get the lucky ping. Okay, so I think we Toad Prince consume. I don't think there's much else we want to Toad Prince because a lot of his cards are going to be at high values. Like, it just won't be good value to consume them. Whereas this is. He's giving us damaged units with his Sove by getting us that guy, though. It's annoying. Next turn we want a Bruiser to try and get stuff to opposite rows. Okay, here comes Junod. There he is. So I think we'll play a Bruiser. Foglet comes down at 6. We could Foglet move this guy. That's actually probably the best option. Just go Foglet move. Yeah, we'll do Foglet. Leader move. Because the leader movement doesn't have a ton of value. We get an extra point if you use it while the Aristocrat's out, but we want to develop the Foglet and then drop another Foglet next turn. He has not played any Highland Warlords, so that's good. We have a Red Riders for more Frost too. We also have second Foglet. Let's see what he wants to do, though. Ideally, we get more Frost out. Probably want to do Aristocrat then, so we get an extra Frost off of the Red Riders, especially if we do the 2 rows. If we maybe play Foglet or Bruiser this turn. Actually, I would play Aristocrat, right? Yeah. It's the Magic Compass.
Hey, listen here. Listen well.
What do you discard? Wait, how do you discard right? Oh, he's gonna Magic Compass Lippy. Okay, that makes sense. Either that or he timed out his turn. Which would be better for us if that's what it was, but I doubt it.
Oh, good. The wine.
We'll play her this turn.
Not a step further.
I don't want to use all of my leader charges, although it's not a bad time to use one. Because it would get us a head-on even after he took the frost damage. But I just want to have at least 1 leader charge round 3, because he hasn't used any of his own yet. Yeah, we knew that was coming. Okay, so I think we Red Riders. Or we could play the Foglet. Foglet is only a 5 though. We just play this guy too. But then Caranthir Golden Child's not that big. We'll play the Red Riders and just frost both rows. It means our Foglet's not going to get super big, but I don't want to play it. I want to have a Foglet round 3 anyway. Of course, he's going to Erendite it then.
Blood everywhere.
Let's try and hit the guy that has the Death Wish. Now I was going to try and hit our Winter Queen. No, just wanted the Death Wish. Golden Child's getting pretty big. I think we're going to have to play our second Foglet. It's at 7. That's probably pretty safe. The problem is we can only put out 2 more Frost. Okay, he's going to pass. Golden Child is really big. If we play this, it comes down at 8. We're at 32. He takes 2 Frost damage. We should be good.
A fitting gift for our king.
Do we just open Golden Child so his boost doesn't go away? Because if we play a bunch of turns with no Frost, we have Ardgaith though. This guy's not going to do much good here. There's Naglfar. Really, we want our gold cards. Like, we want Oberon, probably Ternalia. It's a 7 boost. Really want Aridin, actually. Yeah, we're going to look for them. Did not get them. Uh, 2-4, 4-2-4. I think we'll just start with Aparian Phantom. He's gonna want to kill that. He's not gonna Erendite it because he doesn't have a unit out yet. He did lose his Syngrif's right though, so unless he's gonna Lippy, he actually can't bring back Sov. It's worth noting. Okay, so here, what do we want to go for? Naglfar would get us Oberon or Aridin, or Ternalia. As Gels gets us whichever one we want. This is 3 turns. I think we go for Aridin. Like, we try and find Aridin, I think. We do not get Aridin, although we could get Oberon. I think we'll just pick the Oberon then.
Toss it onto the pile, then burn it.
And I think the card we want is actually the Naglfar Crew.
We've caught another.
The reason I wanted Aridin is we can do Aridin will do 3 damage. So we actually use Aparian Phantom and kill this. Otherwise it might tank Frost for us. For him rather. Because it gets lower, then he can just use the order. And if he doesn't have a unit, he won't Erendite. Because he won't get the boost part. But now he has a unit, so he'll do it. Gotta be careful our Golden Child doesn't get smaller though. Which it might. Okay, so we're gonna take damage. It's fine. We have a lot of rain on that row. There comes his Nekkars. So he's, remember, he has the magic compass still. We have leader plus Ardgaith. We don't have a ton of movement, if we're honest here. I think we'll move one here. I would want to move something bigger, but we're going to lose turns of Frost. So I think we'll just move her. And we'll play Ardgaith. We can't move the, her, the one he's hovering, because she'll lose the order and she'll die and won't get Frost damage. But Caranthir will get more damage, hopefully. Might have to play him next turn. That's pretty bad that he drew that and played it. So we can do Caranthir next turn. We can still go with this guy.
Yet another horn for my collection.
There's the more Frost. And now we're gonna now we play Caranthir Golden Child because this will be his maximum value. Unless he plays something ranged for some reason. There's Surrender. Okay, we were stacking a row, but because we didn't want to get hit by rain. I guess we play this. We'll be able to destroy a unit on whichever row. The thing is, he probably has Heart of Terror, and since he has last say, it doesn't matter when we play Golden Child, he's gonna get killed. And if not, he can just create it off of Magic Compass. There's the Erendite. Now we destroy this, and we see what his Magic Compass can get him, really. He needs 16. Heart of Terror is... we remove 13 and he gets 5. That's 18. Heart of Terror wins in the game here. So this will be a GG. GG. We just really missed out on our gold cards this game. Reckless Flurry Warriors. Very good deck. We don't have a ton to do here. Our problem is that Golden Child dies to Morkvarg Heart of Terror really badly. And he has a lot of control. So that's not ideal. We are going first. We definitely want a Foglet. We want to see if we can get him to use Heart of Terror on Foglet. He can revive it though with Fukusho or this Magic Compass version, Magic Compass. I do like Aristocrats, but I think we only need one. Probably only need one of you also. Alright. So we start with Aristocrat. Do this. Because of Sov, you see a lot of Curse of Corruption, so hopefully he's not running it. Okay, we're playing Portal version. Interesting. It does do really well against Frost, because it's always spawning the armor. Interesting. I think we'll go with a crew. The crew's gonna die to something, but at least we get another Frost off the Aristocrat. But we're playing bombs. What was the point of that? Guess we lose dominance, but whatever. We don't have a banish. We can just Ardgaith, right? He's gonna bomb us again next turn though. I think we just Ardgaith. We're gonna lose our whatever lady to bombs. Like she's gonna get bombed and then leadered probably, but he has to kill off our Winter Queen also. Okay, then he's gonna leader. I imagine he leaders to try and get the RNG here. Not RNG, right? Well, I guess it is RNG, right? He'd want to not hit this one a bunch of times. Do we play Eridan? Eridan's nice because it stops the Madoc value. It's nice because we get more value on our frosts, but it's a big commitment. I think we do. Oh, I guess Foglet's really big now too, though. This is a +8, so 12-point Foglet. That's good too. But I think we air it in. I think we air it in. It means that it just means that he can't get value from the Madoc Cataclysms. And he still can't pass because our Winter Queen's alive now. Do the leader here. Try to hit the Winter Queen. It's not going to get her. He might go for it again. Does not get her again. That means no Junod. I think we play our Foglet. We could consider a movement effect also. Definitely play Foglet though. Do we move something ranged? I think we do. Because we do 6 with the with this. We move. This is going to get hit melee if we move this ranged, which means that we don't want to hit this one because it'll heal. This one gets armor at the end of his turn. I guess this one heals too. I guess we move one. It's not that big a difference, although it will give us our Foglet 2 points. Yeah, we'll move this guy. The Foglet gets +2. Okay, there's the bomb. There's Madoc. Let's look at our Eridan value. Golden Child's a 19. That is quite big. So replace a bronze one. Let's see here. What do we want to go with? So we can play any Wild Hunt card from our deck as well. Ternalia would be good. Could boost our Eridan by 7. Yeah, let's do that. Get him out of bomb range. I'm guessing this is just Sove Finisher. It could be... Well, no, we play Portal. It can't be run-free. We just consume that with Toad Prince. And there we go. Some of the highest values you will ever see in a Caranther Golden Child just because we've Eridan. Oh yeah, we consume here. The thing is he has Heart of Terror, so no matter how big this gets, it's not really going to matter. There's an Igni for 15. We're still ahead. I mean, that's impressive right there. Can we get him to the max potential value? Just frost both throws. There's a great sword. This is the highest potential value I think you can get Golden Child to. 30. 31, I mean. Because Eridan does an extra... Is it 1 extra damage? I guess if you can make multiple Eridans, you can get more than this. But, yeah, this is pretty big. He does have Heart of Terror, so it's kind of meaningless that we have this. Kind of meaningless, but I mean... We could just play it now, knowing he has Heart of Terror. Then our other Foglet would be safe if we turn Aaliyah Order Foglet. Of course, then if he does play the Heart of Terror here, that's bad because we go down uneven. I think we drop this. There's no guarantee he has Heart of Terror, and he might create it off of Magic Compass. Well, okay, we'll just drop this. 32-point Golden Child. I think that's as big as you can get him on deploy. And if he has Heart of Terror, it dies. If he doesn't have Heart of Terror, okay. So a lot of these decks create the Heart of Terror off of, what's it called? Off of Magic Compass. So we can't do that yet. That is the biggest Golden Child I've ever seen. I'm not gonna lie, I was also just tempted to play it because it was at a 31. Not gonna lie about that. But here, Deal with Sove still. Point Slam, Point Slam. Control's not the greatest, just because he's going to have something behind. Like, it's going to be immune. So this actually won't do much. What's this put out? 4 melee and 1 ranged Frost. We don't... I really want to draw a Foglet. We didn't get it. We'll use this. And then we'll Red Riders just to put 4 in the melee row. So everything has Frost forever now. He does have bombs in Madoc and stuff, so the Frost isn't that bad for him. Like I said, there's the bomb, there's the Madoc. Can't say anyone's surprised by this. We'll just drop another one of these guys.
A fitting gift for our king.
But he can't have only bombs, right? Why'd we play that melee? That's because we're stupid. There's the Sove. He's gonna do it now? That's weird. That is weird. We don't have dominance, so we can't actually purify if we create with Invader. That's worth noting. We can't actually purify. He's still a snare for his right. So this comes back. Yeah, we don't have dominance. We can't purify this. Which is annoying. He's still sitting with his right. Although we can't do Junod with it. Do we just go into the round 3 with this? I think we will this time. Yeah, I think we will. Oh wait, why doesn't he have an order on this? Oh, here he's the idiot. So this has to die still. I mean, we got a card advantage. That's good. But yeah, we get a card advantage off of that. I guess he couldn't kill the bear. He couldn't kill the bear. If we played another card, we'd probably win the game. But if you imagine they can kill the bear. Still though, Sove's really good. What is our best card left? It's Oberon. Do we want the Destroy card? I mean, this is probably not great anymore. This. We have Ard Gates, we probably don't need this either. I don't know about this card, by the way. I want to take this thing out. What I think we do is, I think we leader. Then we play this guy. Or do we play... No, we play the Phantom. Well, Phantom just needs the melee Frost, right? So we'll do this guy. Get the 2 Vitality and the 1 boost. And now we'll do that reset and lock. It's not the best reset and lock. Alright, here comes the center of his right. Or Dagger. Okay. I mean, I am sorry to tell you, my friend, that Dagger is a melee locked card. And our deck has, like, infinite movement. Yeah. GG. So that's the deck, guys. It's very standard, right? For all these Wild Hunt decks, there's like a lot of cards you want to run. Unless you're going to do the Dwem Vyandra version, because then you need Oneiromancy and with Dwem Vyandra in. But for like a general Wild Hunt type deck, Ternalia, Oberon, like these are all very, very standard cards. You play like pretty much everything. The only change is like the bronze cards, right? So if you go to the bronze Wild Hunts, there's a whole bunch of choices here, right? I'm not a fan of the Slave Trader. I don't think I like it. So I'm going to be taking him out. Maybe go with the Riders. Riders are interesting, but with Toussaint, Dominance is kind of hard to get sometimes, which means they're kind of awkward to play, but all the bronzes are fine if you want to run them. I just really like Aristocrat because of the extra Frost. It combos really well with the Leader Charge, combos really well with Ternalia, combos really well with anything. If it lives, you get so much Frost. That's insane. So I really like the Aristocrat. That's why we have 2. But as far as the rest of the bronzes, right, like these all have their merits, right? Purify is good to have, especially against Sove decks. But you need Dominance to do it on your own units, which is a problem because Sove's really big. So, I mean, there's options, but it's up to you. There's not that much to say here other than this is really what bronzes you want. I do like the deck. I think it's pretty good. I'm not the biggest fan of the Ternalia Twin Voyager version, although you can get insane foglets with it. Really, it's like 100-point foglets. It's kind of crazy. But yeah, that's what I think about the deck. I think it's pretty good. I like it. Wildfront Frost has always been like one of my favorite monsters decks. I like these mid-rangey type decks that have a lot of flexibility in how to play, not just the, I play my cards, you have a Heat Wave or not. So this is pretty good. Worth noting, by the way, if you want to be fancy and counter this deck, just throw this in here. Olgierd Immortal is an insane counter to this deck. His base power 10 denies dominance a lot of the time. He tanks all the frost damage. So just keep that in mind. Some people are running heavy tech decks, so Olgierd Immortal is a card to watch out for. And you don't have Heat Wave, so against decks that need Heat Wave, you lose. But that is what it is. There's always, you can always gameplay around it, try and force out their stuff. But if they're playing something like Tibor Cultist spam, it's kind of, not Tibor Cultist, but Imperial Practitioner Cultist spam, it's make multiple scenarios, you're going to have a problem with that. Or anything with scenarios is kind of difficult, but you can force them out. Your round 1 and 2 tempo are really high, which is nice. But overall, I really like the deck. So that's what I think. I think it's pretty good. I like the deck. Had a lot of fun with it. Hope you guys enjoyed. And we'll be back next time with the Warrior deck, which is the last one of the new cards we have to try out. That'll be it for this one, guys. Hope you enjoyed. We'll see you next time. Make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel for more. And you can check out some more videos over here. And thanks for watching.